Happy Fridays, guys. Fuck, I don't even know how to talk anymore. So, I came out here today and I got done buffing the hood. I'm probably gonna have to buff it again. I can already tell this edge is dulling back up. This clear is actually still soft. It dried out really nice, but it's still a little soft. And by soft, I don't mean like gummy. It's just like clear sometimes takes a certain time to fully harden up, like 90 days. A lot of places will tell you. And, but for the most part, it turned out good. I'll have my wife give you guys the walk around. The runs came out. I really didn't need to buff it. I guess I could have just sanded it, but I kind of wanted to buff it just to buff it because it is going to sit on, it's got to go back on the car. I don't have room for it. I wanted it to look shiny. So either way, in the spring, I'm going to sand it lightly, and then my buddy's going to re-clear it. I'm going to let him do his thing and just re-clear it at the shop along with the deck lid. As you guys might be able to tell in the video, I didn't go crazy and knock down all the orange peel completely away. I didn't want to go nuts and like completely leave the material too thin so where we couldn't go back over it, because after you sand it and then you buff it, you do thin out the material that much more. So this was just a quick little cleanup. So hopefully, I think Sunday, my buddy JJ is gonna come by and we're gonna actually put my car on the scales. We're gonna put the hood back on and we're gonna scale it and see how much it actually weighs. I know that when the car had the steel trunk and the steel hood, the car weighed 3450 with me in it. Hold on, let me turn it down. The dead Kennedys are in the background here. So it weighed 3450 with me in it. This was prior to the paint job, but I did take some weight out of the car. I went with this fiberglass hood, the fiberglass deck lid. I took out the crash beams out of the door, so the inside of the door is hollow. We're gonna see how much it weighs. Some things have changed to where I think the weight might still be kind of close, but not, as light as I may think. It might be lighter. I really don't know. So either way, I knew I talked about taking the engine out of this, but it's not going to happen. It's not in my best interest to take the engine out right now. I'm going to kind of let everything sit. Just due to COVID right now, things are really fucked up. I'm sure a lot of you out there watching in different places know kind of how it's going. And right now in our state, Illinois, we're going back to like tier 3 restrictions. And, if we get shut down, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'd rather keep everything together just for the sake of, I don't want to be caught in the same situation we were caught in last spring where it was hard to get parts, it was hard to do things, so I'm just going to keep everything together until I know that whatever I'm going to do will get done in a short time. Either way, if I'm not going to race it next year, there's really no need to take it apart. It runs great. There's no problems with it. Oil pressure's still good, and really no need to. So hopefully next week I reorganize my life again and I get back on the 347 stroker, which is in the background over there. Last week we did hook up with some friends. We had some good times, and I picked up a set of small block rods that have been, they're still oozing oil. They are in a ton of oil, but these are a set of SBO rods with ARP bolts. They actually came out of Mondello's garage, I believe. A friend of ours, who actually owns the red car now. Project Enron got sold. Some things have happened. I believe, so the Detroit Diesel Green Big Block, the engine from Enron, I did some trading. My buddy JJ has it. If anybody's interested, get a hold of me. I believe he's selling it somewhere around $2,600. It's definitely worth it for parts. It will need some going through and checking and inspecting, but it's still a good running engine. Just there was a lot of debris in the oil filter, and we don't know if that's because of the thrust surface, which if you guys can go back into that, you know that there was wear on the thrust surface. So I don't know if it was the crank wearing into the bearing to match that groove. But either way, when he moved the car from the trailer and on, it still had oil pressure, and it was still good, same as when we had it on the run stand, so nothing really changed. But it's going to definitely have to get inspected. But for the money, in my opinion, you could not build that engine for even $5,000. So even if you had to sink into the $2,000 into freshening up the short block and making it proper, you'd end up with a really stout runner with the heads and the intake, the roller rocker arms, and the roller cam, and all the goodies that are in there. I think for $2,600, somebody's gonna end up with a sweet deal. So if you guys are interested, get a hold of me. It is for sale. It's not located anywhere near me. It's long gone. My buddy has it though. So, and if he watches this and he thinks otherwise, well, I'll put the kibosh on that. But last we talked, he was looking to get rid of it, and I had another friend interested who probably is gonna pass on it, but I just wanted to make that known. So this winter is gonna be really lean around here. I'm gonna do stuff around the house. COVID sucks. It's gonna kind of be a boring winter, man. Nothing to really look forward to. So I don't know what you guys are doing out there to kind of keep your head up, but the last couple of weeks have really just gotten worse and worse with the COVID crap. And I had some plans to get stuff done before the end of the year, but everything's gonna sit the way that it is. Everything is good. Both cars work. There's no need to fuck with things. We're gonna leave things as is. This thing actually is not leaking at all. It's been parked for a couple of weeks. We fired it up here and there and moved it back and forth, but it's pretty much been sitting. You know, share, like, subscribe, whatever. There's a bunch of old videos at this point. I'm kind of done. You know, like at this point, I'm kind of done with trying to do something with my page. I had a goal, and really, I'm not as dedicated to some other guys out there. So, yeah. So happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims. That's coming up, and probably not going to have anything new going on by then. So, Enron's engines for sale. Big block olds, 10-to-1 compression, ported J heads. We ran 1160s with it, with a hodgepodge combination. So well sorted out. It's an 11-second engine in almost any car, properly set up. And it's got a sweet ass roller cam and it sounds good. So talk to you guys later.